Welcome to the JTV Caribbean News. I am Sean Rose. The new Chief Minister of Anguilla, Honorable Victor Banks, his ministers and the Parliamentary Secretary were sworn into office by Anguilla's Governor, Christina Scott, on Thursday, April 23rd. The ministers whose portfolios are to be announced later are Evans McNeil Rogers, Cora Richardson Hodge, and Curtis Richardson. The Parliamentary Secretary is Cardigan Connor. Governor Scott congratulated the Chief Minister and the ministers and welcomed them to their new responsibilities. The governor told the new government that they have set out an ambitious agenda in their manifesto about the need for a harmonious and empowered society when it comes to Anguilla and focusing on Anguilla, and that is the agenda she proposes to follow. In his statement, Chief Minister Banks said he believed that together he and his cabinet would be able to provide for the people of Anguilla the kind of support and services they needed and deserved to make their lives better and to create a very healthy economic environment for all. The St. Kitts Nevis government says it has accepted the recommendations of an international risk management firm to implement reforms in the Citizenship by Investment program. Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris said that the services of the US-based IPSA International Incorporated were secured in the last quarter of 2014 by the previous administration to make an independent, comprehensive evaluation of the CBI. Prime Minister Harris said that his government has reviewed the report and after consultations with a wide cross-section of persons representing developers, agents, service providers, lawyers, ordinary citizens and workers, they have decided to implement the 20 recommendations proposed by IPSA International. The government said the recommendations will bolster the security aspects of the Citizenship by Investment program that came under serious scrutiny by foreign governments including the United States, United Kingdom and Canada, which subsequently led to the imposition of visas on St. Kitts and Nevis citizens traveling to Canada. The St. Kitts Nevis government said it will be working closely with IPSA and that measures are expected to promote greater transparency and efficiency in work at the Citizenship by Investment program unit. 5 OECS member states with support by the United Nations Development Programme and the Chilean government launched the Multidimensional Approaches to Poverty Reduction project on Thursday, April 30, 2015. The project seeks to identify the extent to which the vulnerable experience poverty and deprivation across multiple spheres, drawing on the understanding that income is an insufficient measure of poverty, and other factors such as access to social protection mechanisms, household characteristics, labor market resources, and ownership of assets have to be taken into consideration in order to meaningfully address poverty in the OECS. The project carries 4 main objectives which will see the reduction of the multiple dimensions of poverty, increased economic participation, and the social inclusion of the most vulnerable groups through community-based activities such as capacity, training, advocacy, and targeted poverty research exercises. The Multidimensional Approaches to Poverty Reduction in the Eastern Caribbean project, funded to the tune of 2.7 million EC dollars by the government of Chile, will be implemented in 5 OECS member states: Antigua and Barbuda, the Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This cooperation strategy with Chile builds upon the adaptation in a number of regional countries of its highly successful Puente Social Protection program. Health Minister John Boyce says cancer is the second leading cause of death in Barbados. He says the main cancers of public health concern are prostate, colon, breast, and cervix, which account for more than 60% of sickness and death from the disease. Addressing the Caribbean Association of Oncology and Hematology Conference, Boyce said that cancer was second to cardiovascular disease as the leading cause of death in Barbados. The conference attracted healthcare professionals from Europe, North America, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Boyce told the conference that Barbados had a cancer registry, which formed part of the Barbados National Registry for Chronic Non-Communicable Diseases, and data from the first year of operation of the cancer component has indicated that breast, uterus, and cervical cancers were the leading cause of death in women, accounting for 49% of all cancer deaths, while 48% of all total deaths in men were attributed to prostate cancer. He said that data from the registry had already begun to positively influence policy and program development within the Ministry of Health in Barbados. And finally, in this week's regional segment, CARICOM and the West Indies Cricket Board, WICB, have agreed to establish a panel to conduct a review of the governance structure of the board. This was the key outcome of a near 5-hour-long meeting between the CARICOM Cricket Governance Committee and the directors and management of the WICB. CARICOM Chairman Perry Christie, Prime Minister of the Bahamas, and CARICOM Secretary General Ambassador Owen LaRock also attended the meetings, which took place on April 20 at the Spice Island Beach Resort. President of the WICB, Wycliffe Dave Cameron, led the board's team, which included the Vice President and other directors. CARICOM's Cricket Governance Committee sought to review the administrative and governance structure of WICB with a view to involving greater stakeholder participation. It comprises the Prime Minister of Grenada, Keith Mitchell, as chairman, the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Browne, and the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonsalves. The Cricket Governance Committee and the WICB have also agreed that the panel will submit its recommendations within 3 months of the commencement of its evaluation. Upon receipt of the report, both sides are intent on collaborating with each other with a view to reversing the current negative trends in the sport and its governance. That's it for this week's Caribbean News segment. I am Sean Rose.
And coming up next on JTV News, more on the grand celebration held at the Cruise Pier. Sean Rose speaks to vendors and others about the new Roadtown Cruise Pier facility and the Welcome Center. And hear why the National Youth Policy is so important for all young people in the territory.